Well, Roy, I guess there's really only one place to start. The game against Wales in Lens on June the 16th. What are your thoughts?
Well, obviously that's the one that's going to excite the imagination, certainly the British press. We always knew there was a good chance from pot 4 we'd either get Wales, Ireland or Northern Ireland, and I've got to say I'm more than happy that it's Wales. I think they're a very, very good team. I think Chris has done a fantastic job. But if we've got to play one of the home nations, why not Wales? We haven't played them for some while. And it's strange enough, it's not a team that I've actually come across and had a chance to play against either in my career. That's including Switzerland and Finland. So for me, it'll be a first. That also goes for Slovakia and Russia. So I've got to be happy with the group.
How impressed have you been with Wales and the way they qualified and the threat of the likes of Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey?
Yeah, I've been very, very impressed. I think they have a strong spine. I think Ashley Williams has done a magnificent job at centre-half. They have a good goalkeeper in Wayne Hennessy. And I think Chris has put a lot of players around those that have complemented them well and made certain they can get the best out of, in particular Gareth Bale, who is a world star. Is he the most expensive player in Europe? He's certainly right up there if he isn't the most expensive. So, we'll know about their threats just as they'll know about our threats. But most importantly of all, in these games, in competitions, in tournaments, it's all about how well your team is playing on the night. I'm sure we'll be prepared, and I know they'll be prepared. So it's when the whistle blows and all the discussions and speculations and permutations that people imagine to happen stop, and people actually have to get out and play football. And we're looking forward to that, and we'll be well prepared for it.
It's the second game of the three. In many senses, I suppose you could say it's the pivotal one. It's in northern France as well, so it'll be easy for both sets of fans to get there. So, one way or another, it's going to be quite an occasion, isn't it?
Well, it'll be an incredible atmosphere. In fact, I've actually been there with a Swedish Olympic team. I wasn't the actual coach. I was assisting the coach at the end of a Swedish season when we played France in Lens. This is back in 1987. And it really is an incredible atmosphere then. And I'm sure when it's full of English and Welsh fans, who I'm sure will take the game as they should. They'll behave well, they'll support their teams, and hopefully we'll leave everyone in Lens with a good memory of both teams.
We shouldn't forget the opening game. It's Marseille, Russia in Marseille, repeat of 1998 when England opened their World Cup there.
Right, that's a long time ago. I was actually following that from afar. I think Marseille is another one of these iconic venues. I think we've been quite lucky in Lens, Marseille and Saint-Etienne. We've been given 3 iconic venues, certainly real footballing places where even the locals and the neutrals will come out to support football and to support the Euro 2016. And Russia and Slovakia, they're 2 teams that of course we know a little bit less about vis-a-vis Wales, but we'll know every bit as much about them by the time the tournament comes around, because our preparation and our research begins now.
England will be favourites in that group. You won your group with 10 out of 10. They all finished as runners-up. Are you happy with the tag of favourites in the group?
Well, I think once you get put in pot 1, which we were really happy to be put into pot 1, you have to accept that you are the favourites in the group. But of course, the thing about favourites in groups, it doesn't mean a lot when the referee blows his whistle and you get onto that patch of green turf. We are fully aware of that. It doesn't make us in any way overconfident, and it certainly doesn't make us in any way show any lack of respect for our opponents. We've got enormous respect for all 3 of them, and it's up to us now really to get our act together and make certain that the 23 players that I select are ready for each and every one of those games, and we as a coaching staff give them the most or the best information we can give them to help them prepare.